Hello, everyone. Today on Good Morning Maine, a Dixmont man has been charged with attempted murder after a shooting that occurred on Friday.
Plus, Bangor city leaders have decided to pause their plans to disband the railroad homeless encampment. We'll have more on that coming up.
And former Maine Speaker of the House Hannah Pingree sat down with Bangor residents and workers to discuss urgent needs here in the community.
Good morning and welcome to Good Morning Maine. I'm Janessa Bishop.
And I'm Craig Colson. Thank you for joining us on this Monday morning. We'll have those stories and more coming up, including the latest on that terrible shooting spree that happened down in Australia. Just horrible images coming out of that. We'll have those stories and all the day's news coming up. But first, a check of that forecast. And I have not looked at the forecast. I have no idea what's going to happen. Usually I try to check it a little bit ahead of time.
I know, I didn't either, but it is cold out.
It's going to be a surprise for us all.
It is.
Yeah.
We'll turn things over to meteorologist Devin Biggs.
And thank you very much, Craig and Janessa. Happy Monday. Your first weather forecast brought to you by SR1 Companies. Visit SR1 in Herman, Turner, Manchester, and Orono. We have the best prices on trailers, campers, tractors, heavy equipment, and more. SR1 Companies, where New England's largest selection meets unbeatable prices. Alrighty, here we go. Some advisories posted. Small craft advisories and gale warnings both up until 7 p.m. this evening. Some gusty winds that could get up there will cause some active surf along the coast. In the meantime, on top of that, we just have some clouds that will be passing throughout the daytime period today. Nothing too ridiculous. We will be under a partly cloudy sky as we do move forward today. As we do zoom things out, nothing too ridiculous across our neck of the woods. A lot of it's further out toward the east. There is all the clouds further off in that direction, but overall for us, not a whole lot of clouds. Again, we'll be under a partly cloudy sky. Notice the stacked pressure gradient with the isobars. That's what's giving us the gusty winds today. Again, partly cloudy tonight. We'll also have some clouds on the way later on tonight. So overall, partly cloudy, wind chills of 10 below today with highs in the upper teens. That northwest wind up to 35 miles per hour at times. The hourly forecast moving forward. Again, a partly cloudy sky today. Temperatures in the upper teens. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up. Craig and Janessa.
All right, thank you, Devin. We'll see you a little later on. Well, the Prime Minister of Australia is calling for tougher restrictions to be added to his country's already strict gun laws. His proposal comes after at least 15 people were killed in a terror attack targeting a Hanukkah celebration on a Sydney beach. Officials say the two suspects are a father and son. ABC's Faith Abube has the latest.
This morning, mourners are gathering to pay tribute to the victims of the terror attack on Australia's Bondi Beach. At least 15 people were killed and more than 40 others injured after two gunmen opened fire during a Hanukkah celebration. Police confirmed the Jewish community was the intended target.
You could just hear the gunshots and they're just so loud. And we didn't know which way that they were shooting, so we were like running on the open road.
Video shows the suspect, a 50-year-old father and his son, 24 years old, perched atop a pedestrian bridge firing long guns. Police killed the father at the scene while his son is in critical but stable condition. More than 1,000 people were on the popular beach at the time, the victims ranging from 10 to 87 years old. Among those killed, one of the event's organizers, Rabbi Eli Schlanger, and Holocaust survivor Alex Kleitman, whose daughter shared with ABC News that he was killed while trying to protect his wife. Authorities say the bloodshed could have been much worse if not for the heroic actions of a bystander. The man, who police have identified as Ahmad al-Ahmad, confronted one of the gunmen by jumping from behind a car, wrestling for control of the weapon and disarming him. Ahmad suffered multiple gunshot wounds and is currently recovering at the hospital.
We hope he will be fine. He's a hero. 100% he's a hero.
This tragedy is shaking a nation that has some of the toughest gun laws in the world. But now the Prime Minister is proposing even tighter controls, including limits on the number of firearms a person can register and regular checks on licenses over time.
If we need to toughen these up, if there's anything we can do, I'm certainly up for it. What we saw yesterday was an act of pure evil, an act of terror, an act of anti-Semitism.
And you can see behind me a crowd has gathered here at the scene to hold vigil for the victims. The Prime Minister also announcing that the government will extend funding to provide security for the Jewish community here in Australia. Faith Abube, ABC News, Sydney, Australia.
In other news this morning, a man has been charged with attempted murder following a shooting in Dixmont on Friday. According to the Penobscot County Sheriff's Office, deputies were dispatched to the Masonic Road in Dixmont shortly after 9 p.m. after receiving reports of a male who was allegedly out of control and recklessly discharging a firearm. Upon arrival, deputies detained 25-year-old Caleb Springer of Dixmont. Following an investigation, deputies identified 3 victims who were friends and family of Springer. Authorities say one of the victims was shot at while seated in their vehicle, and others received injuries as a result of being struck by a bat. Springer was arrested and taken to the Penobscot County Jail. He has been charged with attempted murder, aggravated reckless conduct, and aggravated assault. The incident is under investigation. The Sheriff's Office is working with the District Attorney's Office, and additional charges are expected to be filed.
Well, people in the Dexter area are rallying to help families impacted by a terrible apartment fire. Crews from Dexter and nearby departments were called to the Main Street residence at around 10 a.m. Saturday morning. The fire started in one of the lower floors of the building, which firefighters say has 4 separate apartments inside. According to the Dexter Fire Department, at least one apartment building has been deemed a total loss, while other areas of the structure have heavy smoke and fire damage.
Everybody made it out safe. There was some cats that perished, but there was also a bunch of cats that we were able to get out.
And they had a rough start to their Saturday morning, but they are all safe, and that's what we have to hold on to.
Authorities say the cause of the fire remains under investigation. The Red Cross is now helping the 9 adults and 1 child who live there. Members of the community have also started gathering clothing and other items to help the families impacted by the fire.
Authorities believe a Sedgwick woman died from exposure to the elements. The body of 77-year-old Gleneth Gray was found Saturday morning after she was reported missing. Authorities say she was reported missing from her home around 3 in the morning, and a search of the area was carried out. According to the Bangor Daily, cell phone tower data was used to track her a short distance from her home. Officials believe Gray's death is weather-related and is not considered suspicious.
Bangor city leaders have paused plans to disband the railroad homeless encampment on December 19th as originally planned. In a special committee meeting on Friday morning, city council members worked through how to handle their own self-imposed deadline. Ideas ranged from pushing the date back to April to sectioning off part of the site and limiting who can stay there. City Councilor Michael Beck says that while there's still a lot of work ahead, Friday's meeting was a step in the right direction.
We weren't going to be able to get everyone inside. And yes, we have warming centers day and night, but that warming center shuffle where you're in for 8 hours, out for 2, back in for 4, back out, et cetera, that's not shelter. And we need more shelter. And that's why a lot of folks are choosing to be where they're at, because that constant moving around isn't conducive to any kind of stability.
Other than backing off of the December 19th deadline, there are no plans for when or how the city will notify people living in the encampment. The council is set to meet again tonight at 5 p.m.
The University of Maine Police Department is asking for the public's help in identifying several individuals they say have important information about a campus incident. UMaine Police say the individuals in the pictures on your screen may have information that could assist them in an ongoing investigation related to an incident in the Memorial Union at the Orono campus back on November 8th. They say they want to talk to them to help clarify the circumstances of that incident, and anyone with information is asked to contact Lieutenant Noel Santiago with the UMaine Police. That information is on our website at foxbangor.com.
A former Maine Speaker of the House and gubernatorial candidate Hannah Pingree spent Friday in Bangor meeting with local leaders as part of her statewide push to address what she says are Maine's most urgent challenges. As our Alex Schley reports, health care and housing took center stage.
Hannah Pingree sat down with residents, healthcare workers, and business owners Friday, focusing on rising costs, access to care, and the strain on Maine families.
It's an absolutely critical time in the state of Maine, in this country, that good leaders step up, because we're facing a lot of challenges.
Pingree, who announced her run for governor in June, says what she's hearing from Mainers is remarkably consistent.
I've been traveling Maine for 6 months running for governor, and people are talking about the inability to afford housing, the worry about the future of the healthcare system, quality education for their kids.
One of our first stops was the Bangor Parks and Rec Center, where Wednesday's Senate vote against the Affordable Care Act tax credit took center stage.
My family is trying to figure out what we're going to do this weekend because our insurance plan is going up by 3 times, and 60,000 Mainers are facing this.
Pingree also spoke with staff at PCHC, touring facilities including the Hope House and Dental Clinic, hearing about the systematic pressure affecting staffing opportunities and insurance costs.
The next governor is going to have to roll up their sleeves and make sure that people all across Maine, especially in our rural areas, don't lose access to care.
Democrats will choose their nominee for governor on June 9th. Pingree is running in a field that also includes Troy Jackson, Shenna Bellows, and Angus King III. In Bangor, Alex Schley for ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
The time now is 6:11. Coming up next on Good Morning Maine, the Wreaths Across America convoy arrived at Arlington National Cemetery in Virginia.
We'll take a look at that, but first another look at your forecast. It looks like a pretty nice day ahead today. Partly cloudy, chilly though. The highs will be around 19, but it will feel much colder. It'll be partly cloudy tonight with lows dropping down to around 5 degrees. Tomorrow, partly cloudy with highs near 28. We'll be right back.
Hey, what the?
When getting the job done right is job one, you need construction equipment that's built right. With durable Kubota engines, more comfort, and the versatility to do it all. From compact track loaders to the world's #1 selling compact excavator for 20 years, the Kubota construction lineup is ready to work. Visit your local dealer today.
Available at Doors Equipment, 1468 Outer Hammond Street, Bangor.
I sent her a text saying I wanted to put my 30 days notice in.
Well, that's reasonable.
Right.
A landlord's harsh reply.
She told me that she never wanted to see my face again and have my boyfriend to come get my stuff because I was a messed up young lady.
And she's not taking it back.
You say you never said that to her.
I said I didn't want to see her again, but she was welcome to come get her stuff anytime.
Just a second.
Well, Your Honor.
What, that's Your Honor?
Next, Judge Judy.
Monday at 5 on ABC 7.
Fishing regulators are extending a shutdown for New England's historic shrimp fishing business. It effectively shutters an industry that fell victim to warming oceans. The sweet pink shrimp were once a winter delicacy. Maine fishermen used to catch millions of pounds of shrimp, but the business has been under a fishing moratorium since 2014. Scientists say rising temperatures have created an inhospitable environment for the shrimp, and their population is too low to fish sustainably. An arm of the regulatory Atlantic States Marine Fisheries Commission voted on Thursday to shut down the fishery for at least another 3 years.
Well, dozens of advocates lining Kennedy Park on Saturday, showing support for the Somali community. This comes after President Trump made remarks about the community. Groups gathered in the Agora Grand Event Center, where there was Somali dancing and other events, and a handful of community members. State officials and advocates also spoke in support of that community.
I'm out here in support of our Somali friends and neighbors in light of recent comments that President Trump made, painting with a broad brush, labeling them as garbage. And the simple truth of the matter is that no human and no group of people are garbage.
Well, among those who also spoke at the event were Maine Secretary of State Shenna Bellows, U.S. Senate candidate Graham Plattner, as well as many others.
The Rockland City Council has enacted an ordinance that will limit local involvement in federal immigration enforcement. The amended city code states, quote, employees and resources cannot be used to assist, cooperate with, or facilitate any federal agency in any immigration enforcement operation, except where legally required to do so by state or federal law or court order, end quote. That ordinance was passed by a vote of 4-1. It will go into effect 30 days after it was passed. American Civil Liberties Union Policy Director Michael Kevede says, quote, Maine's elected leaders should do all they can to protect their communities, and we are thrilled that Rockland has taken this decisive action, end quote.
Well, after a week-long journey that began in Maine, the Wreaths Across America convoy officially arrived at Arlington National Cemetery in Virginia on Saturday. The organization Wreaths Across America says over 27,000 volunteers placed wreaths at over 265,000 grave sites and niche columns on Saturday. This year marks the 35th anniversary of the tradition, a tradition created by Merle Worcester, a Mainer and owner of Worcester Wreath Company in Harrington. The convoy departed from the West Quoddy Head Light in Lubec on Saturday, December 6th, made that journey all the way to Arlington.
The time now is 6:16. After the break, the 2025 Maine Education Symposium was held in Bangor over the weekend. We'll tell you all about it.
Plus, the latest on the Brown University shooting. Police are still searching for the person of interest in the case. Those stories and more straight ahead on Good Morning Maine.
Oh no! Son of a nutcracker. This is what I get for eating all those cookies. Hey, Rotor-Rooter, I got a big clog for you. I'm stuck in the chimney. Again. Yep, I'm the clog. Any chance you could fa-la-la over here?
For all your holiday plumbing needs, Rotor-Rooter can save the day.
And away go troubles down the drain. Rotor-Rooter.
A fourth-generation family-owned business, Hammond Lumber Company is proud of two recent continuing traditions. For the 5th year in a row, Hammond was named one of the best places to work in Maine. And for the 3rd consecutive year, Hammond was selected as one of the best companies to work for by Business New Hampshire magazine. Find your opportunity to join the Hammond team at hammondlumber.com. Hammond Lumber Company, always striving to provide the best for their employees and their customers throughout Maine and New Hampshire.
Have yourself a merry Maine adventure at Rennie's across from the Bangor Mall. Merry Christmas from Parody Shop and Save. We're grateful for your continued support and wish you a wonderful holiday. Happy holidays from all of us at Granville Stone and Hearth.
Educators, students, and other stakeholders from all over the state convened in Bangor for a special symposium on Friday that continued into the weekend.
Our Callie Warren with the story.
There's really great work happening, great practices, great student achievements that we need to keep celebrating.
Celebrating educators, students, and Maine opportunities.
We want to make sure young people, educators, and local communities know about the robust offerings that are right here in our state.
The 2025 Maine Education Symposium returned for all involved in academia and related fields, bringing the event to Bangor for the very first time.
Yeah, there's certainly so much momentum about Maine's education and workforce development system. Maine should be really proud of their efforts to keep young people in great career pathways right in our state, and then obviously so many of them transition into great jobs in our communities.
That momentum has been shown in skyrocketing higher education enrollment numbers in the state, and more youth are deciding to start their careers in Maine.
Maine is a great place to be for opportunities, and that it's such like a community here that like other states might not have.
So I feel like I could really move forward being in Maine, and I feel like I could definitely do something with my business in Maine.
I think we've learned a lot from coming here, and it's given us more ideas for what we want to do.
With a shortage of teachers, many say supporting education staff is crucial to the state's future.
Maine has a shortage of teachers, and we would like to see those young people expand their minds and stay right here at home.
Really, we just want to celebrate educators and make them know that, you know, we care, we see you, we're present, and we have resources at our department to support the work that you want to do.
In Bangor, Callie Warren, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
We need all the teachers we can get.
I know. Looks like a great event.
Yeah.
Now let's get a full look at our forecast with meteorologist Devin Biggs.
Alrighty, Craig and Janessa, thank you very much. Your full weather forecast brought to you by SR1 Companies. Visit SR1 in Herman, Turner, Manchester, and Orono. We have the best prices on trailers, campers, tractors, heavy equipment, and more. SR1 Companies, Wind Wing's largest selection, meets unbeatable prices. Alrighty, here we go. We have a small craft advisory and a gale warning, both posted until 7 p.m. this evening along the coast. Gusty winds that we're going to be dealing with today will definitely cause some active surf along our neck of the woods, and it's already active out there at around 3 to 7 feet according to the buoys. It's worse farther out towards sea, that buoy 3 feet, but look at this, 14 to 17 foot wave heights according to those buoys. So the surf already active out there, according to the Atlantic Ocean. But in the meantime, you can see the precipitation moving away. We'll have some clouds out there today. We'll be under a partly cloudy sky moving forward today. You can see the clouds mainly to the east. Again, not a whole lot of clouds for us today, just a partly cloudy sky and some wind. We have low pressure to the northeast with high pressure farther down to the south, the two kind of battling it out, hence why the pressure gradient is going to be stacked. Even before I loop Futurecast, you can see the pressure gradient is already kind of on the stack side, so we're going to be dealing with that today. Again, just a partly cloudy sky. Notice later on tonight, still some breaks into clouds, but again, still dealing with those gusty winds. And even through parts of tomorrow, still some clouds and sunshine mixed in, and more clouds on the way as we head towards Tuesday evening, and even at parts of your Wednesday. But in the meantime, again, the big story, the gusty winds up to 30 to 35 miles per hour. Still gusty winds Monday night, but looking a lot better as we head towards your Tuesday. So your forecast coming up for today, upper teens, partly cloudy, wind chills up 10 below, and that northwest wind up to around 35 miles per hour. Later on tonight, we have 5 degrees, partly cloudy, wind chills up 5 below, and that southwest wind up to around 25 miles per hour. Tomorrow, we have upper 20s, partly cloudy southwest breeze, a lot calmer at around 5 miles per hour. Okay, let's check out your extended forecast brought to you by SR1 Companies. Wednesday, mostly cloudy with highs in the upper 30s, and then low 40s for your Thursday under a partly cloudy sky. Rain chances for your Friday, highs, check that out, in the low 50s.
At China Wok on Broadway in Bangor, we're serving up your Chinese favorites. Our food is delicious, our staff is friendly, and our service is fast. Open Tuesday through Sunday, call ahead, order online, or just stop by. Enjoy our indoor dining for the full experience, or get takeout that the whole family will enjoy. We'll make sure your cravings are satisfied. China Wok on Broadway in Bangor, where tradition meets flavor.
When I would visit my mother at the nursing home, there were really bad sores on her back, but nobody would tell me what was going on. Why not?
If an incident has occurred at a nursing home that's brought up cause for concern, call the 2s right now.
The attorneys at Lowry Law helped me get answers. They held the nursing home accountable for what happened to my mother.
If you suspect nursing home abuse or neglect, we're your go-to lawyers.
Welcome to the Orono Arcade, where we have both modern and retro games. And for a new experience, check out our 9-hole blacklight mini golf course. Budget friendly, fun for the whole family. We look forward to seeing you soon at the Orono Arcade.
Come in and visit AMHG Works, Bangor's #1 gift shop, located at 36 Springer Drive in the Rennie's Plaza. We have special gifts for you, your furry companion, and that special someone you are in need of a gift for. It's worth a trip in for unique American-made gifts. Here at AMHG Works, everything is American-made, and we are open 7 days a week for your convenience. American-made home goods. We look forward to seeing you.
Happy Hanukkah from ABC7.
Now to the latest on the deadly Brown University shooting that killed 2 people and left 9 others injured. Overnight, the mayor of Providence announcing they've released the person of interest as they continue looking for the shooter this morning. ABC's Nicole D'Antonio was in Washington with the latest.
Overnight, authorities in Providence releasing an individual who had been a person of interest in the deadly mass shooting at Brown University.
I imagine that the Providence community feels a little bit more anxious right now than they did an hour ago. And I understand that.
Police scouring the area for the shooter as students barricaded themselves in rooms and hid behind furniture and bookshelves.
Providence police! Hands!
The shooting happening during one of the busiest times of the school year as students were in the second day of final exams. One student telling ABC's Whit Johnson about the moment he heard the gunshots.
He immediately saw me and I immediately saw him. And then I look to my right and I see a bunch of students running down the stairs, running out the door, jumping on the ground, just whatever it takes to stay alive.
Across the campus, more than 400 law enforcement officers, including the FBI and ATF, swarming the scene. But they say the suspect had already fled through the side of the building complex.
I've been around long enough to know that sometimes you head in one direction and then you have to regroup and go in another. And that's exactly what has happened over the last 24 hours or so.
One of the victims killed has been identified by our church as Brown student Ella Cook from Birmingham, Alabama, where she was remembered.
For those of you who knew her, who know her, she was a just incredibly grounded and generous and faithful and bright light.
On Sunday night, a Christmas tree and menorah lighting ceremony turning into a vigil for the grieving community at Brown. The lockdown was lifted early Sunday. Brown now canceling all remaining classes, exams, and projects for the semester as they told students they could leave campus. Nicole D'Antonio, ABC News, Washington.
Well, meanwhile, Los Angeles police are still searching for answers following the murders of director Rob Reiner and his wife Michelle. Deputy Chief Alan Hamilton says police are treating the investigation as a homicide. Hamilton says a person inside Los Angeles, in the home in Los Angeles, is where they found the dead bodies. While the case is being investigated as a homicide, Hamilton says no suspects are currently being pursued. There is word they are questioning Reiner's son, Nick.
At this time, the Los Angeles Police Department is not seeking anyone as a suspect or as a person of interest or in any other manner, and we will not be doing that until we conduct our investigation and we move forward. There are going to be many family members interviewed. I'm not going to confirm whether someone's being interviewed at this time or not. We're going to try and speak to every family member that we can to get to the facts of this investigation.
Well, there's also word this morning that the couple had been stabbed to death. Hamilton says a search warrant is needed in order to conduct a full crime scene investigation in the home. Reiner directed well-known films, including When Harry Met Sally and The Princess Bride.
I'm going to wait for the beeping to stop.
Now to a dangerously close call in the Caribbean. A pilot for JetBlue saying he narrowly avoided a mid-air collision with a U.S. military aircraft that had entered his flight path. This taking place near Venezuela as tensions with the U.S. continue to escalate. Here's ABC's Mola Langhi.
We almost had a mid-air collision up here.
This morning, the frightening moments off the coast of Venezuela. A JetBlue pilot taking evasive action to avoid a U.S. Air Force plane.
We just had traffic path directly in front of us, within 5 miles of us, maybe 2-3 miles, but it was the air-to-air refueler from the United States Airport. We had to stop our climb and actually descend to avoid hitting up.
The JetBlue flight heading to New York's JFK Airport on Friday after taking off from the Caribbean nation of Curacao, just off Venezuela's coast.
They're not painting, they don't have their transponder turned on. It's outrageous.
The U.S. aerial tanker flying dark, not broadcasting its location, preventing other pilots from knowing it's there. The U.S. Southern Command telling ABC News, "We are aware of the recent reporting regarding U.S. military aircraft operations in the Caribbean and are currently reviewing the matter." The incident happening amid growing U.S. tensions with Venezuela. Last week, the U.S. seized an oil tanker that officials say was involved in illegal oil trafficking, a move Venezuelan officials condemned as international piracy. Its crew arrested, the tanker diverted to Texas. A day earlier, U.S. fighter jets circled over the Gulf of Venezuela for more than 30 minutes in what appears to be the closest approach to Venezuela's airspace since the U.S. began its pressure campaign on the Maduro regime. And a massive buildup of sea power, the largest aircraft carrier in the world, the USS Gerald Ford, now positioned even closer to Venezuela, along with 15,000 troops now in the Caribbean. The U.S. also hitting more than 20 alleged drug trafficking boats, killing more than 80 people. President Trump also threatening Venezuela's neighbor, Colombia.
Colombia is producing a lot of drugs. They have cocaine factories, so he better wise up, or he'll be next. He'll be next, too.
Mola Lengi, ABC News.
Coming up on the second half of the newscast, Toronto Wildlife Refuge has put together a video to inform us about daylight and how we're moving toward the lowest levels of the year.
That and more coming up on Good Morning Maine.
Your local professional eco-friendly office space partner is WVII Business Solutions, your one-stop shop to get the job done. Handling all your office furniture and printing machine needs at an affordable price. Offering full system integration into your workplace and local service on everything we sell. We can even remote monitor your system with just-in-time inventory and service need assessments. Little to no downtime gives you peace of mind. At WVII Business Solutions, your solution is only an email or a phone call away.
This week, Good Morning America's serving up some supreme talent with Timothy Chalamet.
It just makes you feel great.
And Gwyneth Paltrow and Fran Drescher live. Plus, things are getting strange with Millie Bobby Brown and the stars from Stranger Things. All on Good Morning America.
Don't get cold feet this winter. Stay warm and dry with high-performance footwear from Comfort Shoes and More. With an extensive selection of winter boots rated from 0 to minus 60 degrees Fahrenheit, you'll find comfort in knowing your feet will be warm in any weather. Discover the latest in functional and fashionable footwear with grippers built right into the sole, with boots in stock up to 6E and size 17 for men and women. Take the drive to Newport for a sit and fit to find your perfect fit. You and your feet will be glad you did.
Rennie's, a Maine adventure.
Are you ready to start your Rennie's Christmas shopping?
I'm ready. Let's go.
We need tags, we need bows, we got boxes, wrapping paper, bags, small, large, medium, tiny, extra large.
This one's jumbo.
Stockings and bows and ribbon and look at that. Christmas cards, Christmas candles, Christmas ornaments.
Ooh, a piece of candy.
Thank you for shopping Rennie's.
Looking for the perfect gift? Come explore the Purple Baboon. Sweatshirts, t-shirts, jewelry, inspiring local books, one-of-a-kind treasures and souvenirs, they have something for everyone. The Purple Baboon, the best selection at great prices. 31 Front Street, Belfast.
You're watching ABC 7 Bangor.
Welcome back, everyone. Today is Monday, December 15th, 2025. Yes, just 10 days to go until Christmas.
We were just talking. We need to get on some shopping.
It's coming up. Yeah, I was
Yeah.
out sick last week, so I'm way behind.
Yeah.
So today I'm going to be doing some shopping.
Oh, yeah.
And get it done. Hey, by the way, today is also National Cupcake Day. Everybody likes a cupcake.
Great holiday.
Yeah.
One of the great things about cupcakes is you don't have to debate over how big or small a slice you want. The earliest written reference of cupcakes appeared in Eliza Leslie's 1828 cookbook called 75 Recipes for Pastry Cakes and Sweetmeats.
Oh, I love some sweetmeats.
Sweetmeats.
Yeah. No, thank you.
Many years later, it was also Britain's Winston Churchill who suggested cupcakes would be better if they were frosted. This is a day to celebrate the cupcake by enjoying your favorite flavors.
I agree with Winston Churchill. They're much better with some frosting.
Definitely.
Everything's good with frosting. Well, maybe not everything. All right, let's move on to history. It was on this day in 1791 the Bill of Rights went into effect following the ratification of the U.S. Constitution. It included the first 10 amendments. In 1836, a devastating fire devoured the building used to temporarily house the U.S. Patent Office. In all, some 10,000 patent drawings and 7,000 patent models were destroyed, wiping away the earliest records of innovation in our young nation. After the fire, the Patent Office changed its policies to require multiple copies of all patent documentation.
Wow.
Probably a good idea, too.
Yeah.
They figured out, by the way, that fire was caused by the careless disposal of ashes at the nearby post office.
Interesting.
And in 1925, Madison Square Garden formally opened up in New York with a hockey game between the New York Americans and the Montreal Canadiens.
In 1939, the Civil War classic Gone with the Wind had its world premiere in Atlanta. And in 1944, a plane carrying renounced band leader Glenn Miller disappeared over the English Channel while flying to Paris. In 1973, Jean-Paul Getty III was found in Italy 5 months after he had been kidnapped by an Italian gang. The 16-year-old Getty was the grandson of American billionaire J. Paul Getty. Getty initially refused to pay the $17 million ransom, but agreed to cooperate after the boy's severed right ear was mailed to a newspaper in Rome. Wow.
Nice rosy story for you.
Oh my goodness. And in 2011, the flag used by U.S. forces in Iraq was lowered during a ceremony at Baghdad Airport, marking a formal end to the war.
All right, for birthdays today, they include actor Adam Brody, who is 46 today. Actor Don Johnson is 76, believe that or not. He was a big star. I don't know if you remember him or not.
Not
but
necessarily.
He had some really big series and movies back in the day.
Okay.
His daughter, of course, is Dakota Johnson.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
yes,
you know her.
I know her.
So. And finally, actress Camilla Luddington is 42 today. She was on Grey's Anatomy and also did the voice of Lara Croft in the Tomb Raider video games.
Oh.
So I'm just chock full of trivia today.
You're full of fun facts.
I'm full of something. Yeah.
We're going to turn things over to meteorologist Devin Biggs.
And thank you very much, Craig and Janessa. Happy Monday. Your first weather forecast brought to you by SR1 Companies. Visit SR1 in Herman, Turner, Manchester, and Orono. We have the best prices on trailers, campers, tractors, heavy equipment, and more. SR1 Companies, where New England's largest selection meets unbeatable prices. Alrighty, here we go. Some advisories posted. Small craft advisories and gale warnings both up until 7 p.m. this evening. Some gusty winds that could get up there will cause some active surf along the coast. In the meantime, on top of that, we just have some clouds that will be passing throughout the daytime period today. Nothing too ridiculous. We will be under a partly cloudy sky as we do move forward today. As we do zoom things out, nothing too ridiculous across our neck of the woods. A lot of it's further out toward the east. There's all the clouds further off in that direction, but overall for us, not a whole lot of clouds. Again, we'll be under a partly cloudy sky. Notice the stacked pressure gradient with the isobars. That's what's giving us the gusty winds today. Again, partly cloudy tonight. We'll also have some clouds on the way later on tonight. So overall, partly cloudy, wind chills of 10 below today with highs in the upper teens. That northwest wind up to 35 miles per hour at times. The hourly forecast moving forward. Again, a partly cloudy sky today. Temperatures in the upper teens. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up. Craig and Janessa.
Pretty good.
Thank you, Devin. Still to come here this morning, Max Sturm with sports.
Don't go away.
I'm born to do this. I am an American bucking bull. And this is my sport. The Professional Bull Riders. PBR Bangor bucks into Cross Insurance Center January 2nd through the 4th. It's bull time.
No matter what happens in D.C.,
there's one thing we can count on.
Susan Collins always delivers for Maine.
Susan's Law restored Social Security benefits for thousands of Mainers like me.
Collins is protecting our lobster industry
by fighting unfair regulations.
Susan always has our back. And Collins Law expands care to help Mainers fight Alzheimer's.
Thank you, Susan.
Thank you, Susan.
I appreciate everything she is doing.
Call. Thanks, Senator Collins, for fighting and winning for Maine.
Welcome to the Orono Arcade, where we have both modern and retro games. And for a new experience, check out our 9-hole blacklight mini golf course. Budget friendly, fun for the whole family. We look forward to seeing you soon at the Orono Arcade.
I'm born to do this. I am an American bucking bull. And this is my sport. The Professional Bull Riders. PBR Bangor Bucks into Cross Insurance Center January 2nd through the 4th. It's bull time.
Get your next building project off to the right start when you bring your vision to the Home Planning Center specialist at Hammond Lumber Company.
Welcome back in, folks. The winter sports season is upon us, and man, that feels so good to say. And snowmobile trails across the state are set to open this week. The Maine Snowmobile Association has been hard at work getting trails open all over Maine for their projected opening date of December 15th. Director of Operations Alan Sweat says for beginners and veterans alike, it's definitely worth getting out onto the trails to see the beauty Maine has to offer.
I think just to get out in the Maine North Woods is enough to, you know, and see wildlife and see things you don't see from a car and a road. It's just phenomenal. Our trails are superior, and the scenery, like I said, is spectacular.
Now, it's important to remember that winter sports like snowmobiling can be dangerous. Sweat says every rider, whether you've participated in the sport for decades or are just trying it out for the first time this year, need to take extreme caution.
Take it easy. For, you know, a lot of folks haven't ridden since last March and early April, and it's like getting back on a bicycle or a pair of water skis or something. You got to go out and take it easy. These new sleds today are phenomenal. They ride so good, they're quiet, and they get up and go in a hurry. I wouldn't be going alone. Go with somebody. There's enough folks out there that want to go riding together, and yeah, there's a lot of precautions you have to take with you. First aid kit, survival kit, spare gas.
In other winter sports news, Herman Mountain Ski Area opened on Saturday for skiers and riders. Herman Ski Area began their winter season on Saturday. You can see skiers and snowboarders getting out there, and they looked like they enjoyed their time. The mountain had all their terrain open, groomed, and ready to go. Herman Mountain will be open on Sundays from 9 to 4, Wednesdays from 3 to 8 for all of you night riders, and Saturdays 9 to 7. All right, folks, if you tuned into Friday Night Fast Break, you know there was a massive slate of high school basketball games on Saturday, so we'll bring you 3 of them right now. Jeff, you know what to do. First up, the Bangor boys hosted Camden Hills at the Red Berry Gymnasium, and it would be Bangor getting things started in the first as Liam Vague finds Wyatt Chandler in the paint for 2, and Bangor has a great first quarter run, and that continues here with this putback shot and score from Harrison Fitzpatrick to add 2 more. He gets that board and just puts it back over defenders. But then Camden took over, Rams with it, but then Nolan Ames reads the pass like a book and takes it the other way, and watch this, jams it home. He tried that again a few plays later, didn't work, but it was still just incredible. What a play. And that was just the start for him. A few plays later, it goes right back to him outside the line. 3-pointer goes up and it's in. He had 29 in the game. The Windjammers outscored Bangor 20-3 in the fourth, and Camden wins 62-34. Up 95 to Orono we go, where the Red Riots boys hosted the Dexter Tigers. And right off the rip, it's Brady Hughes with the underhand layup to put Orono on the board early. He had himself a fantastic game. And then on the other side, Will Simpson is wide open under the net for 2 points of his own. And then just a little bit tough to see on this next play. But on this play, you will see Amari LaBelle. He avoids the steal and dishes to Bergen Sodenberg outside the arc, and he drills the 3-pointer. And then, like I mentioned, Hughes had a fantastic game. Here he is again at the end of the first quarter, falling away, jacks up the 3, and hits it at the buzzer, and Orono wins 65-51. Finally, let's head back down to the Cross Insurance Center for the Bangor Christian girls versus Machias, and right away the Bulldogs win the tip, and Loretta Richardson takes it. She's going to spot up, and she nails the jumper to give Machias the early lead. Then the Patriots' Rivers Bradford gets the steal. She's going to find Lindsay DeRost, and then finally she gets it to Mary Allen. Who else? And she gets the lay. And then BC started to pull away. Here's DeRost with this easy layup. And then a few moments later, Mary Allen does what Mary Allen does best. She takes it herself all the way to the bucket and gets the points. Then Richardson would do the same thing. She's going to take it herself for the score, and BC dominates the rest of the way for a 70-46 win. And now taking a look at some other scores, it looks like Skank in Class D boys basketball got the 4-point win over PVHS 45-41. PVHS tough 2 days there. They won yesterday. And then you go to Class B boys basketball, Brewer with the 59-48 win over Presque Isle. Lawrence 57-36 over Skowhegan in Class B for girls. And then Class S boys, Valley with the 97-42 win. And that's all the time we have for sports. We'll be right back after the break.
Autumn of Life Home Care is a great place to work. The team here provided me with all the opportunities and experience necessary to grow within the company, all while working around my busy college schedule. They provided all the necessary licensing and training. It truly was the job that kickstarted my career.
Autumn of Life Home Care is a licensed agency with personal support specialists.
Let our compassionate, reliable, considerate caregivers make your life a little easier by providing assistance for you or your loved one.
Autumn of Life Home Care. We focus on you.
This December at Bob's, I've got 3 power reclining sofas for just $9.99 or less. Like this feature-packed tuxedo sofa, or my stylish Athens sofa, and my mighty Viking sofa. You holiday the Bob's way.
Oh, my Bob!
Bob's Discount Furniture.
Senator Collins, we won the battle. Now win the war. Extending tax credits that help pay for our health care is the key to keeping our majorities. It will preserve our accomplishments and allow us to keep delivering on the MAGA agenda. You can act now to save Mainers from being crushed by rising health care costs. And then President Trump can fix Obamacare once and for all in 2026. Protect your people. Protect our majorities. Extend the health care tax credits.
Pat's Pizza in Holden suggests calling now for reserving your next event or party. Their 2 indoor golf simulators are now open, and they're taking reservations for the fall season. Please check their Facebook page for indoor golf specials. Pat's Pizza, Holden.
Welcome back, everyone. It's the time of year when Mainers are struggling to stay warm and the amount of daylight is moving toward the lowest levels of the season. Our friends at Haronda Wildlife Refuge have produced a special video to explain why it happens and also tell us about a winter solstice event that you may want to check out.
Hello everyone, this is Brianna from Haronda Wildlife Refuge. Today I'm excited to talk about something that's probably been on all of our minds, which is the sunlight, and specifically the length of daylight and sunlight that we experience each day, and how this invisible clock shapes almost everything happening in nature right now. Now, if you work really hard, you might be able to dig up some memories of going outside and feeling quite warm this past summer, seeing green leaves and flowers and all the different things that come with summer. At this time in the season, the sun was going down as late as 9 o'clock at night sometimes. So how did we go from all of this to this? Well, you can blame it on the Earth's axis and the way that the Earth is tilted away from the sun in winter. In fall, where we live in the Northern Hemisphere, starts to receive less direct sunlight because of this. This is also when we start to see the photoperiod become affected. The photoperiod refers to the cycle of light and dark and how much light and dark we get throughout a 24-hour period. That photoperiod is actually what's determining when plants drop their leaves for winter and when wildlife, like birds, start to migrate, and when other animals start to prepare for winter. Right now, while we experience these short, cold days and these long, cold winter nights, wildlife are doing all that they can to survive the winter. While some of our wildlife has migrated away and some are hibernating, lots of our animals stay awake during winter and very active. These animals are going to be pretty much continually eating, foraging, hunting, whatever they can do to keep on weight and stay warm for the winter. Some of our nocturnal animals, like our owls, are definitely taking advantage of the longer hunting hours at night. We've been really lucky to see lots of wildlife out and about and busy at the refuge. Everything in the natural world is responding to these long nights in its own way. While the long, cold nights can be challenging for all of us, they can also be really beautiful and offer unique opportunities. The cold air can cause some really clear skies, which are awesome for stargazing. On December 21st, the winter solstice will be coming up, and we will have our shortest day of the year and our longest night. After this point, the sun will begin to return for a little bit longer every day. To celebrate the return of sunlight, we are hosting a winter solstice celebration at Horindo. We hope you'll be able to join us in our celebration while we hang out by the bonfire, maybe make some s'mores. It's BYOB, so celebrating with some drinks as we welcome the sun's return and the new year ahead. There's also lots of other things going on at the refuge, even during the winter. And if you're not a nighttime person, we have daytime programs too. So you can always check us out on our website at horindomaine.org or any of our social media.
Like a great event. I've
It
gone
does.
snowshoeing out there this time of year before too.
I bet it's really beautiful.
You want some good exercise, go snowshoeing sometime. Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah. Hey, by the way, we just learned about it sounds like a really bad structure fire that
Yeah.
happened early this morning in Greenville. Masonic Lodge on Pritham Street appears to be totally destroyed. Fire crews still on the scene. We're still gathering information. We'll have much more coming up in the next hour of Good Morning Maine.
Definitely. We'll turn things over to meteorologist Evan Biggs.
Alrighty, Craig and Janessa, thank you very much. Your full weather forecast brought to you by SR1 Companies. Visit SR1 in Herman, Turner, Manchester, and Orono. We have the best prices on trailers, campers, tractors, heavy equipment, and more. SR1 Companies, Wind Wing's largest selection, meets unbeatable prices. Alrighty, here we go. We have a small craft advisory and a gale warning, both posted until 7 p.m. this evening along the coast. Gusty winds that we're going to be dealing with today will definitely cause some active surf along our neck of the woods, and it's already active out there at around 3 to 7 feet according to the buoys. It's worse farther out towards sea, that buoy 3 feet, but look at this, 14 to 17 foot wave heights according to those buoys. So the surf already active out there, according to the Atlantic Ocean. But in the meantime, you can see the precipitation moving away. We'll have some clouds out there today. We'll be under a partly cloudy sky moving forward today. You can see the clouds mainly to the east. Again, not a whole lot of clouds for us today, just a partly cloudy sky and some wind. We have low pressure to the northeast with high pressure farther down to the south, the two kind of battling it out, hence why the pressure gradient is going to be stacked. Even before I loop Futurecast, you can see the pressure gradient is already kind of on the stacked side, so we're going to be dealing with that today. Again, just a partly cloudy sky. Notice later on tonight, still some breaks into clouds, but again, still dealing with those gusty winds. And even through parts of tomorrow, still some clouds and sunshine mixed in, and more clouds on the way as we head towards Tuesday evening, and even at parts of your Wednesday. But in the meantime, again, the big story, the gusty winds up to 30 to 35 miles per hour. Still gusty winds Monday night, but looking a lot better as we head towards your Tuesday. So your forecast coming up for today, upper teens, partly cloudy, wind chills up 10 below, and that northwest wind up to around 35 miles per hour. Later on tonight, we have 5 degrees, partly cloudy, wind chills up 5 below, and that southwest wind up to around 25 miles per hour. Tomorrow, we have upper 20s, partly cloudy southwest breeze, a lot calmer at around 5 miles per hour. Okay, let's check out your extended forecast brought to you by SR1 Companies. Wednesday, mostly cloudy with highs in the upper 30s, and then low 40s for your Thursday under a partly cloudy sky. Rain chances for your Friday, highs, check that out, in the low 50s.
Everyone's gearing up for the holidays. The best friend. And the first timer. The neighborhood hero. And the out-of-towners. And it all comes together in a Chevrolet.
Qualified lessees can get this 2026 Silverado pickup for around $399 per month. Or, well-qualified buyers get 0% financing on all 2026 Silverado pickups.
We can go into a room and have absolutely nothing in there, nothing on the windows, no color, no character, no tone to a room.
That's, I think, where we're strongest, is being able to help someone envision what's going to go in that window.
And we leave, it's totally transformed into something that the customer wants it to be. We've often been told we make a room look better just by leaving it.
Maine's largest network of parts is your local Milwaukee headquarters with deals that work as hard as you do, like the Milwaukee 7-piece combo kit, drills, impact driver, and more. Only $8.49 for serious cutting. Milwaukee's chainsaw tears through logs with gas-like performance. No fumes, no hassle. Keep warm and save with Milwaukee's heated gear for any occasion, and help Maine vets stay warm when you purchase a Maine Veterans Project logo at any of their 30 locations. Coastal Auto Parts, owned and operated by a Maine family that cares.
Hosted by Leah Remini.
4 of them make $1.
Quarters. What is swing? Did you just say what is?
Yes. You just realized you're not on Jeopardy. Okay.
People Puzzler on ABC7.
Special Agent Will Trent. You run from the dark. That's why it chases you.
Get out of my house! This killer's underestimating you.
I got this.
Over a week ago, we brought you the story of a group in Addison with tall ambitions for their town's buoy tree. Their goal was for it to hold the most buoys and be the tallest buoy tree in the country. On Saturday afternoon, that goal was fulfilled. The town's buoy tree beat the U.S. record, standing 23 feet tall and using over 1,000 buoys. Every single one of those makeshift leaves was used by sailors and fishermen. Many of them were painted by local children as well. Some of the buoys around the front of the tree belong to those from the area who passed away at sea, something organizers say makes the festive tradition all the more meaningful.
I mean, there's, literally some people brought to tears over it, their families' buoys are on that tree. It's special to be a part of this community and see the recognition and, the togetherness. It's awesome.
The Addison Days Committee won't let the success stop here. They say they're just a few hundred buoys short of reaching the world record, which is their goal for next year.
Collecting those buoys.
How cool.
Yeah, it looked beautiful. Well, an annual market was held on Saturday that gets folks in the holiday season, also while supporting local artists and their heritage. The University of Maine hosted the annual Wabanaki Winter Market at the Collins Center for the Arts. The market features local Wabanaki artists offering a variety of goods and entertainment.
It represents, age-old traditions, but also a bunch of new and young artists expressing, who we are today through these traditional arts.
Operating for 30 years, it is the longest-standing Indigenous art market in the entire country.
Very cool.
Amazing work, too. Some of their artisans who make the baskets and things like
beautiful.
that. Museum quality stuff.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, that is all the time that we have left for this hour, but you can join us for the second hour of Good Morning Maine. That's next on Fox 22.
Thanks for being there, everyone. We hope you have a great day.